Hi everyone, it's a girl, Mutamz, also known as Gelowapaz, girl from Zambia. If you're new to this live stream, please remember that I'm a YouTuber content creator that talks about things that are happening in my country, Zambia. Now, I want to discuss this in brief. Please share because I think we are taking certain things for granted. I'm a qualified social worker myself, and I know that Zambia has a lot of qualified social workers and organizations. Now, last night, we had a live stream on my YouTube channel, which was obviously connected even to Facebook. And Mercy, who is based in the UK, was talking about some videos she came across Alice's Facebook page, where she was talking about a 4-year-old girl. Now, my assumption was that she was just talking she was just talking about the situation, because she was explaining about the 4-year-old girl, how this 4-year-old girl was raped, and now the person that raped her has been let go because he paid about 5,000 kwacha. Now, it's okay when you share that information, it's fine, but not when you disclose the identity of the child. Now, this is the type of journalism I'm seeing in Zambia, where people are desperate to get views, to be liked. I mean, movie, TV, you do great videos, you go to places, you meet people. It's fine if they are adults, but not in a case of a child, and the child is a rape victim. That is wrong. In fact, that video should not even be on social media, because you're exposing this child. This child is 4 years old. She might be smiling, but the gravity of the offense is deeper than what we think. And that is my principle on my YouTube channel. I don't share videos of kids unless they are my kids. I've only shared the gassing, situation just to elaborate what was going on. Other than that, I will speak about things. I don't even share images of people's kids. Now, let alone a video. What type of journalism is this, that you're exposing someone's child to the world, that this is a rape victim? Now, you're embarrassing our country, Zambia. There's so many organizations in Zambia that can deal with this situation without you exposing the child. The moment you get the story, movie, TV, you can go to those organizations, approach them. There's victim support unit. Don't behave as if Zambia is a jungle. There is no organizations. Every year we have girls, men graduating from the University of Zambia with, development studies, social work. We have so many people. You are making Zambia look like there is no organization that can help. So you went to this person's house and then you filmed the child. And I was like, yes, the mother might be there, but you could have used your journalism ethics to hide the child's face and not exposing the child. You don't expose a rape victim to the world. And now this is where Dora Salia should come in. If you mean removing someone's license, I can approve movie TV. Because what they are doing is absolutely wrong. They've already breached their contract and their ethics as journalists. The person who exposed the child, the girl that was even interviewing, should be fired with immediate effect. You are making Zambia look like there is nothing out there, and I'm thinking, look, you've jumped protocol. You've gone straight to this child's house, filmed the child. It's fine, you can do that, but at least hide the child's identity or speak to the mother. The mother will give you the story. Do you have to listen from a child? And this is what I always say. The mentality of us Zambians, we are still backwards. You do that in Britain. You do that in the UK. You do that in the UK. You're fired. Even when Baby P, if you remember the story of Baby P that was abused by a mother and the stepfather, we used to call the child Baby P. The identity of the child was revealed later. All we know was Baby P. We didn't even know the real name of the child. Do you have to expose the child? Okay, so now they've done their job. They've done their dirty work because they feel they are the best journalists in Zambia, right? And then Alice Musukwa sees the post, shares it on her Facebook page and says, I am looking for this child. And before we know it, Alice is also interviewing a child. I'm sorry, I'm not a person who supports a wrong. Not me. You know, I don't support that, especially with children, guys. We shouldn't be taking these things lightly because, oh, we are in Africa, we can do whatever we want. You are there interviewing a child and people are commenting, excuse me, this child has been raped. I don't know if you understand what a rape case is. This is a child who doesn't even know what sex is. And then somebody jumps on top of her, rapes her, and then you're interviewing the child on your live stream. And you, the Zambians, you're even entertaining, like, oh, you have a good heart. Which good heart? If Alice really wanted to help, she can go to organizations that help children. And those organizations say, look, this, and she just comes to give a report. Guys, I went to this organization and this is what they've done. Oh, guys, here is the mother. She will tell us a story. Okay? Please do not expose people's children in the name of journalism. You should be fired. Now, when Doris Leah says, I'm getting a license, I can accept on that one. Because you don't expose the identity of a child. In as much as Alice is trying to do this out of goodwill to help, but that's why it's school yali wama, guys. Yeah? Yali wame school. You give people who have the qualifications to deal with this matter. You allow them. You understand? Even if you're reporting something, you go and ask, okay, which organization? Look, Ichalo bali wamya mu Zambia, please. Let's not make Zambia look like it's a jungle. Zambia, bali wa miechalo, things are there, organizations are there. If I show you an email of an organization that was offering me a job in Zambia, they do mental health projects in the compounds, and you get paid more than £3,000 a month. I'm talking about a UK organization, because I met them when I was in Zambia last year, and they sent me, say, you can now apply, we want more people. But I had to make a decision. You see, so you're making us look like, so you mean there's, I can imagine BBC or ITV News or Sky News reporting a child being raped and they're showing the child's identity, the child's playing, excuse me. That child has been wounded. A rape case means the child bled, means the child was forced, and also the child will leave that in their memory. And you can't make the child to be reliving their memory by telling you the story, Charlie so, hello Charlie so, and the man is mocking them. Leave that job to the police. If the police are not doing their job, as you say, because they were paid 5,000 kwacha bail, go to victim support unit. They help people. Please, don't make Zambia look like it's disorganized when we have organizations that can help. There's so many NGOs in Zambia, so many of them. International organizations, there's every child, whatever, so many organizations, please. So I just wanted to bring this to you guys to say, if you see me not share such type of things on my YouTube channel, it's not because I haven't seen them. It's because they are against even my ethics as a social worker. If I share that, I can be fired. It doesn't matter whether the incident happened in Zambia. It doesn't matter. You are a profession everywhere you go. Which is why I conduct myself in a very professional manner in anything I do. You're looking for headlines so that you should trend on social media and you're exposing someone's child. I'm not going to share such rubbish on my social media platforms and even on my Facebook. So with Alice, even the journalist, obviously she said she was looking for the identity. And all of you, whoever gave Alice the name of the people, you are absolutely wrong to do that. Because you cannot go and tell somebody who is not qualified to do so, to go and meet a family. You don't do that. But you can say, okay, the case is with this organization. Contact this organization and this organization will help you. You are exposing a victim to everybody because it's Zambia. It should never be like that. Never be like that. This is a rape case. Victor says maybe they want to be heard in Al Jazeera. It should never be like that. You know, it's different maybe if it's a war situation, you know, where there's no organization, like the way things happened in Syria and all those places, and well, the British government brought those children to the UK, but most of them, they start sharing their stories when they are teenagers, they are grown up, and then they start saying, and some of them, they don't want to show their identities. We've worked with refugees and asylum seekers, and I know what I'm talking about. So please, whoever is involved with the organization or movie TV, and Alice is good, you want to help, but there is more than 8 million Zambian users on Facebook. We all want to help, but we wait for the right platforms in order for us to help, the right channels. We wait. We wait. If you saw the other day, I shared asking, do we have organizations with the copper belt that give pads? I could easily come to Zambia and start distributing pads in the streets. But why did I ask for organizations? Those organizations know where we can find the cases of people who need these pads. It's not everything that you can do. And people are saying, Lily, why don't you register your own organization? I'm very busy. Those people are in Zambia, that's what they are doing. They can easily mention, say, oh, thanks to Lily Mutamz YouTube channel and Speak Up Zambian News for helping us. Let other people do the job. It's not everything that, Kulichi, you are there. Kulichi, you are there. No, we can't be there all around the world. There is people who are well qualified to do those things, and we must respect professionalism. So I'm not going to accept that or say you did a good job, you met this child, or the child was on movie TV. No. I have worked with children in Britain where they've been abused, raped, yeah? And the identity of the child is changed by moving them location. We're talking about if the person was living in Ndola, the person is moved to Lusaka. And if the person is now in Lusaka, the address of the child is kept private. The school of the child is kept private from the perpetrators. And the person who has committed the offense goes on the sex offenders list for more than 10 years. And the DBS, which is a disclosure and barring service, which is a criminal record check, will always disclose that this person is a sex offender. Now, how can we push for these things if we go to organizations? Not yourself. If you do this on your own, the organizations can't work on a case study that you have already exposed on social media. Do your job. Do it since you know what to do. There is the right channels in order for us to achieve these things. Don't embarrass my country, please. Don't make Zambia look like it's a jungle. Organizations. In as much as things are difficult, what we are fighting in Zambia is corruption and the system which is old. But believe you me, when it comes to organizations, we have a lot of international organizations in Zambia that deal with such matters. Don't do things on your own because you want people to praise you. Please don't. Why would I be asking people where the pads can be given to? It's because I don't want to do it myself. I can go to Ndola or Kitwe or wherever and start distributing pads and start giving. And we will not achieve our goal. But these organizations will guide you. You go with them and say, okay, or we send a representative and the people will donate the pads the right way to the right people. Not to kufaya kumonekera. Tefyonse mfaya kumonekera, you can do the job. Please, let me say this in Bemba. Monekera. You know, abantu bali sambirira mu Zambia. Ichalo bali wamia. Tuira lansha kwati Zambia chalo chafulungana bali wamia. Ichalo kwali wama NGOs aya wako that help to make sure if yachitika abantu ba pokedero obwa fwirisho bafiro kwata. Mwira tusebanya, please. So those videos, don't even share them on your platforms or wherever, because disclosing the identity of a child is breach Honestly, when it comes to the Child Protection Act, UK, and we talk about the Every Child Matters, guys, people have lost their jobs for simply doing a silly mistake. You understand me? Let's not be overzealous because you want people to see that Mulebo Mbasana. No. You can interview people, but you can hide their identity. Please. Thanks, Lily, for telling that Mwinko for bitter truth. She hates it and blocked me for the attention seeker of what she is. To be honest, when it comes to my profession, I don't joke with it. Come to my YouTube channel and see if I disclose children here. Talk about, there are so many cases that I come across. So many cases. You will never see me. I have to analyze first. Can I talk about this thing? Will it affect my profession? It doesn't matter whether I'm working as a social worker or not. Even if I'm in Zambia for the next 10 years, as long as I qualified in Britain, guys, they don't joke about their profession. That's why the profession social work is a protected title. It's protected. Meaning, they make sure they analyze your work. Even if I'm in Zambia, I have to give them a report of what I was doing. In case I'm in Zambia for 10 years and then I go back, so I think I want to work there for the next 5 years just to breathe a little bit. They'll ask me, what was I doing? They'll ask for reference from my job. And my job will say, she was doing this, wherever you are, the profession is with you. That's what I know. And that's why when some people think maybe I can steal Chela's money, I just laugh at you. Do you know what it takes for you to be on the register? I'll give you an example of people who were desperate a few years ago in Britain. They were doing whatever they could to be going to school. They were studying nursing. They were studying other courses. And do you know what the government did to them? They waited for them in their final year. And I know even a Zambian guy who was even deported to Zambia. In their final year, they just asked them, can you present to us your documents of when you came to the UK? And they found that they didn't have the leave to remain in the UK. They cancelled everything. They will never practice nursing in their entire life. You understand me? There was even girls, two sisters from Zambia. Bafoja so ama documents. I'm telling you, can dane mchibemba. Bafoja ama documents at walefu kia ku school what the nursing kwadi kuipakisha. Balepo kama student loans from the government. They are doing all those things. Anyway, the profession that we do, I am a profession, nursing, social work, medicine. They don't joke. So these girls, and then they just ask them, can you give us your updated records of your passport and your leave to remain? And when they presented, they were convicted for fraud. And they will never practice nursing. They will never work with vulnerable people. They will never work with kids. They will never anything. They will not even America, because they communicate with all these countries. That is why for me, when people were doing those things, papers, I'm telling you now, school, I said I will never be this desperate. I'll wait. And God granted me a full scholarship. I studied clean record. They will tell you, clean record. With peace, I sleep with peace. Them, they were going to school. Hey, we should work at weekend. They caught them. Final year. They don't joke. So let's not take these things lightly. Please. Our profession should be protected. And therefore, when there's issues of rape case, we have lawyers in Zambia. The other day, I had a girl who was commenting on my Facebook when I was doing a live stream. We had a business talk a few days ago. I asked you guys, if you check there, you can comment as well for people to network with you. It's a few days ago. And somebody commented, I know this girl, she's approached me before about a certain situation. She told me, Lilian Dechula, I'm going through this situation where somebody, their family members have been selling property and everything, but and I'm a beneficiary, the will is there. Did I go on Facebook and say, hey, let's talk about this matter? No. I called my friend who is a lawyer in Zambia. I said, sister, is it Nakalongo? I said, please, sister, deal with this matter. It's not my profession. It doesn't work like that, please. There's people who are qualified to do these things. I called, I said, sis, I've got a friend who just called me right now, and this person needs help. What should she do? She said, okay, she needs to go to the Women's Aid in Lusaka. This is what you do. I said, wow, please. Intelligence comes when you learn from other people. You can even volunteer in these organizations. Say, okay, organization, there's this case. I've heard of this. I think I will volunteer and be part of it because I want to see how you deal with it. And they'll give you a certificate of affiliation or recognition if you want to be recognized. You understand me? So I passed on the message to my friend who's a lawyer. The one I shared that she had just qualified as Ziali. I called her. I didn't come and do a live stream and start asking questions. I went straight because I know she's qualified. And once we did that, the girl is now in Lusaka dealing with the women's aid. Why should I? That's why I even do live stream to say, let's talk. Tell me what is going on. We discuss. I've learned a lot. I've learned about FIC report. I've learned about so many things in Zambia. Through the live streams and through people, when they come on the platform to discuss, like, oh, really? Bill 10, all those things. Imagine Elias Musha is a qualified lawyer. And therefore, they package Bill 10 Chavas. So I said, Elias, you are a lawyer. Come and tell us what Bill 10 is. Why should I come and start telling you Bill 10 is this and this and that and that? Let a lawyer explain. Every field, kwali wo muntu uaba qualified enough to do those things. So kuba lekerera inchito yabo bayivomba. Ukuchira mule jumpira ma steps mwaya mukumona abantu mukubabika pa social media. It is absolutely wrong. And Zicta, when we talk about Zicta being involved, this is your job now. Not because people are expressing their views about what is going on. You know, we are having a lot of issues in Zambia. People are expressing themselves. Yes, it's a good thing, and Zicta may be a threat to you. But in this aspect, when it involves a child, this is not freedom of expression, but this is stupidity. Because you cannot expose the identity of a child. Umwana wabene. Imwe. Umwana odi 4 years. Afya kufya muku 1, 2, 3. My daughter is 4. And I will slap the hell out of you if you came and put my daughter on your TV screen because you want to make views. My daughter who's 4 has been raped and I'll be there. But I'm raping for who? Who am I trying to entertain? Who am I trying to show that my child was raped? Tomorrow that child will be walking to school. That's why they slept on you. Excuse me. Social media never forgets. Social media never forgets. Social media, let's not impose such type of things. But have you seen me put my children on Facebook? Do you know why I don't do that? I have a reason. Now I make a picture of him where I'm taking my children to London. My pictures of my daughter went viral. If I report you to the British people, my daughter is British, do you know what they'll do to you? I just left it. But if they catch you, you know what they'll do to you. You don't expose someone's child like that. And then I make a picture. Oh, my daughter. I don't expose. It was my daughter's birthday on 15th. Did you see me post on my social media? Why didn't I post it? It's because of the same thing. Whereby my birthday of the child, you start saying, it's private. We celebrated her birthday privately. Now she listened to my congratulatory and my celebratory and whatever. Do I need to come and announce on social media? Because there's certain things that I've come to terms with to say, no. Abana te fiancé tu waleta pa social media. You understand? Te fiancé. Tu da particular lifestyle yes ya social media. Pa Facebook. Tu da particular ababene. No. Excuse me. Facebook. Mwila leta abana babene pa Facebook. Okay? Especially a victim. I'm not even going to watch the video. I just saw the video of the child, but I said, okay, I don't even want to see it. I don't want to see it. What if the British people, they check? Look, let me tell you something. In the UK, if somebody sends you a picture of a child, of something, there's a girl, quite a video, viral, excuse me. You are distributing pornography of children. They don't joke with the law. That is why I put my WhatsApp. If you're sending me anything or I'm in a group, if I just simulate, I leave your groups. I don't like such rubbish because there's a girl, a lady, a nurse who received mama WhatsApp groups. And she I checking it. And the friend saw it. So you're distributing pornography. She was fired instantly. And she will never practice a profession because ufinifia bututu uyabika ma pictures mwabika pastor is dancing naked mwacha distribute what other kuna is called pornography. Child pornography. Even the child being interviewed is still child pornography. Mukwate ko exposure mwe bantu ngatunenda aba ku diaspora. You always want to talk about issues in Zambia. We talk because we have seen that if you want to 10 years behind. So we'll keep on talking. Tumale tomano abe no balere pa Facebook. Even that day when I was talking about she showed me graphic images. I just showed Canon of a video. Did you see me show you that? To show that, yes, this is a woman who are helping. Integrity. It matters. What you report, if people know you, they know you. If people know what you report, people like Catherine has known me since I had how many subscribers, Catherine? 100. She has stood by me till now. She knows when I report things. So you don't need to prove to people a point that I've seen the child. This is the child now. Tell us what happened. Excuse me. You dare do that in Britain, you would be deported. They grab everything from you. Let's not take things lightly. Even on YouTube now, the YouTube laws have changed. Because before people would put stories of children, if you see the story of the child that was slapped all over, if you remember that child, go to my YouTube channel if you see I posted the child. I narrated. The father slapped the child. Do I need to share the video? Because as I'm sharing as well, it means I am agreeing to the abuse. That's what it means. I just talked about it. The video is there. I just talked about the father, showed the father and the mother, hid all the children's faces. Because the picture that I really liked, the children were showing, I hid their faces. To like what a discreet when, we should be learned to be discreet in that register reporting thing too. Not to call a chef a reporting thing, but mulefo abantu bami mwana tinmo I'm a journalist. Bututu. Okay? The children's rights must be protected. Whether you're in Africa or not, to that children if into anyhow. Ulomo anakakula. Akafika 13 years. Why I don't even know. I didn't watch it, by the way. I don't watch such. I just saw because I just read the child was raped. I didn't even watch. But you can imagine oh no, child so. But she'll understand. Hey, so iso nishikatamba. What happens? Low self-esteem. What happens? Social media pictures. What happens is depression. What happens is uyumwana left like counseling and not exposure. We're talking about the mindset. There is no way you can expose umwana wabe enefidia. 13 kaka chukule tsungo 15 mambibala kola 15 so a period so ngakwatefu so if yabandere her first experience will be daunting when a boyfriend or the husband kakala ibukisha nishama videos yabakozi mulapushie fyupo fyabene future husband akese mwana videos epo ya pa social media. You must delete those rubbish videos. And even Alice Musuka should delete that video. Because you cannot expose a child. And Doris Elia, you need to make a press conference. This is what you should make a press conference about. And tell your journalists, fellow journalists, what journalism is. You don't expose people's children. Exposure yaliwa mamwe bantu. And like I'll say, ichalo cha Zambia bari wamia. Our country is beautified. Don't look at this kumonatita kwa abantu abasambida. Zambia has qualified people mwe bantu. That's why when people say, Lillian, you should come and be an MP. Ewe, kwali baba sambidira ku Zambia wa mulolesha PhD wa lolesha. It's only by the grace of God that some of us are even being announced there. That is why I humble myself. Because there is people who have kwatama HDD bari yakuma Harvard. They are in Zambia. People are educated in Zambia. We've seen lecturers teaching. Kuma Harvard schools, a lecturer, a Zambian. We've seen doctors making, going through the operation process where they're operating on normal Siamese twins. So let's not jump the queue because today for abantu batu morning. At today bomba. As we work, the other day, Jimmy K was saying, oh, I don't spend my time on social media. By this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll give you a report of something I've never shared on social media of a guy that we are helping silently. There are some things, no, this individual can help this person. Okay. This is somebody, a very good news that you'll be like, wow, congratulations. By Tuesday, I get a report. By Wednesday, Thursday, by next month, this person goes where they need to go. Then I'll tell you, this person has flown to this country because we did this. Okay? Done my chores, by the way. And I came here and said, no, we need to talk about these things. Kwa baba nandi pa Facebook, vya papena pa, abachita, human rights. People who've done social work. People who've got masters. Fyari, somebody vakashana papene pa Facebook. Mwirat panga kwa tukutakwa abantu abasambia kuzambia who are not qualified to do the job. Vengi sana. So even Alice, in as much as you want to help, please, my sister, follow the right channels. Even the journalists even disclosing the numbers of the family and everything, that is wrong. They are not supposed to give you those details. So I blame them. And when you got the contacts, you should have contacted an organization. Have you heard about it? And start working with that organization and say, okay, what can we do to help this child? So that's all I wanted to say. Catherine is saying those people have actually contributed in destroying the girl's life and future. Imagine a future husband. Social media never forgets. We were laughing at Bowman Lusamba a few years ago, who used to be a cadre. The pictures are there. Look at Bowman. Years ago pictures. They are rising now. You've heard of children being bullied. Let me talk about YouTube. This is why YouTube has changed the laws. Each time we upload videos on YouTube, we have to declare if there's children in the video. We have to declare. So we click on the Copper's law. And if YouTube finds that there's a child and you did not declare, they terminate your channel instantly. Why? Because a lot of children were being bullied on YouTube. A girl, beautiful, gorgeous girl, she was 15. She was bullied on YouTube and she committed suicide. Do you know the spiritual implications of rape case? That child needs prayers first. Before you start exposing a man, physical, hey, the man has run out. If you have 5,000, I can even give that family money if they want that 5,000, I can give them. Send then 5,000 in Gamrefo Sekedam. You understand? What is 5,000? 5,000 is nothing. The life of the child matters more than that 5,000. It's rubbish. You get me? That child's life, she needs prayer. Detaching sotais virabaranda. Deliverance yamaka. Ukwamba kumukakulo mwana. No kumusambika. That should be your goal. Not kula let your man up a Facebook. I'm a demons na yambi arengi la mafia as you expose the child. Next thing mukove uja God forbid. Uja anajumpa pa bridge. We saw a girl who was running away from being raped. You think rape case is a joke? Anyway, I deal with people in mental hospitals. But I'll tell you the story of this one because I know how I would say it. The mother used to take this one. Kumuchita babysit kuba uncle, family member for her to work. And each time, ba uncle bale banaba nabo. Bale kalala. Umwaicho yo musuma. When I say gorgeous, tu leli lafi, nga penapa. Ali lafi. She now started remembering those things in the akula. So, if you are in dollar. So, guys, don't joke with these things. Because in that image, the video, memory of the man on her, she remembers. She remembers. Now, it's okay if you can expose the man, it's fine, because people should know he's a rapist. But the child don't. So this girl now, efoyala, asafika 12, 13, 14, aho mwa chadi fulunga. Imwala pena omwa choyo, elo mwa cho musuma, nga pena uafimishi. Suma, omwa ichefe so, nga pena so, pena. Ambo kudira, asenda intambo, isha ama kebo zaya. Ayama charger, kufisa. Earphones, kufisa. Fionze nisha lefa feti ayipa efi. Imwe. Let's not joke with these things. Rape case has a spiritual repercussion as well. Uyo mwana lefa kukumuka kula. Tane nguma bishop saba ishwama prayers. Bamu kakula mwana batobe efi osama ties. Ide nguri ya bamu liroma mwe mwingire mwachi. There's another case, I'll tell you this. Epo na issue that abantu abengi efirenga no kulenga telling at babe gay, babe lesbian, babe shasha efirenga abengi. Wadabati kamwaka ichi bali kalele kuli banko bakakaume. Kambo kufulunga. From that day onwards, kasala fiabhaume. Then wasanga fati akamwana kashibali kareping ne kuli banko bakwe. So from that day onwards kabaka lesbian. Fiali was spiritual. Fingi tumona. So ngandefu lwasoni shininchwe fonderanda. She did under because I just don't have anything to talk. There are cases we have come across where there's a girl that we're trying to handle. In fact, one of our colleagues, Kulilo, why do you want to kill yourself? You are a journalist. Stay in your journalism role. If you hear of a case of rape case or whatever, call a victim support unit and say, you go with them. They will tell you how you can conduct the interview. Not much different to Fontin, what Ticharo Tawamia, Mleseva Nechalo Chanti Zambia. Let me read some comments. Yeah, so Madam Celia needs to see this video. And she needs to talk about this. And I'm a journalist. It's not if I'm a politics failure. Even in reality of life, we are lacking certain things. Organizations in Zambia. I cannot even go on Facebook and say, Takwaba, Zambia, ichalo bali wamia. Bali wamia. Fionse ko fiaba nindala mafi. Okay, Trisha Sim says, I saw a similar story from Nigeria with a 16-year-old girl who was gang raped. She was being questioned by a nurse in the hospital. It was a sad sight. Bravo, sis, for putting it like that. Oh, no, let's not do that. You know, it's different that you're interviewing the child over success stories like success Nigeria that now became a model. That's different because it's something to do with education and everything is different. But when it comes to rape case, journalists, you should be fired. Whoever you are, I'm sure you watch this video. You should be fired. You don't know what journalism is. You don't even obey the journalism ethics. Glenda Chiwe says, and maybe Diamond TV, I know they're watching, you should also talk about these issues. Have journalists gone too far in terms of reporting? Should they censor what they report as well? They can report, we don't mind, but should they put the victims' faces there, especially children? No, they shouldn't. These laws should be put in place, and organizations as well should rise up and talk about these things. As to praise them, say, this government is corrupt. Even the police, 5,000 is nothing, like I've said. If you want the 5,000, I can send it to the family if you want it. You know, Alice should delete the video. She should. Because the moment I saw Mwana, I don't want to see a child. I don't want to see a child. Honestly, in that position of being interviewed, questioned 1 hour. 1 hour. A victim. 1 hour. Ha! In the UK, you won't even have access to the victim. Anyway, that is a child is a property of the state. Even in Zambia, a child, if you push the government, laws that protect the children, they are there. Every child who is below 20, Zambia adolescent, above 21, so let me just say below 21, they are the property of the state. So you have to tell them, you report to the right organizations, they'll help you. I mean, why should you even go far? All those guys, they are helpful. Go back, just find a way of approaching them. Okay, Maureen Wheeler. says we are learning. Please, sometimes you be telling us some serious organizations so that we can be going there apart from the police, because in Zambia cases are increasing every day, but cases go unattended. There are so many organizations. So for those of you who belong to these organizations, private organizations, by the way, you know, the private organizations, comment here, and also I'll post on my Facebook so that you can comment the names of the organizations that help rape victims, especially the young ones, and counseling. I know there's people that can offer counseling as well. This child needs counseling. This child needs understanding. You know, there's no way it can be the job of a social worker is to do what? To watch a TV screen of somebody who's not qualified to be interviewing a child. No. The job of a social worker is to interview the child. They have a way in which they interview children. You know, you take pictures, drawing, can you explain what happened? No, and then this is mommy, this is daddy, and then daddy did this to mommy, daddy slapped mommy. You know, kalaka interactive. Give qualified people to do their job, please. Don't do it to doing things the way you want, because no, it's absolutely wrong. Okay? Yeah. So she shouldn't have done that. So I didn't watch the full interview, but at the end of the day, even I'll send a message to say you should never interview children. It's different. Karaka FJ karani entertainer. It's entertainment, you know, it's different. Like a boy is like a rapper. But when it comes to rape victims, please do not interview people's children and post them on social media because people should see your page. No. You know, go to Simon Mwewa. Simon Mwewa, he has cases. People send him messages. Have you ever seen him put kids? He's going there interview because he knows the law. Chole says, so sad, at least the baby face could have not been shown. Exactly. Even if she was interviewing the child. Oh God. I was disappointed actually. So I heard about this on the live stream and I thought, no, let me come and address this matter. Please, guys, our country, we have organizations that can help. Zambia has many qualified people. Zambia has a lot of educated people. You can easily just even post and say, oh, which organization? Like that day I asked about pads. Over 300 comments came. 300 different organizations that are helping with pads. So we have to analyze. Catherine Gondwe, Alice Musonda, the team. We have to see, okay, which one we can start. Panono will start contributing pads. It's not a rush. Yeah, Panono will start contributing. So Miriam says that is so true. And I was surprised when she introduced the kid per social media at this, the girl that was raped. That is unprofessional and wrong. I just saw, you know, when you go to someone's page, you can see that, oh, so there's a child being interviewed. I didn't even listen to the interview. I didn't. Because I know it's about rape. What am I going to listen to? No. Imwe, American baby. Hey, tiba kukaka. Okay, even here, even adult victims are never exposed here in the USA. No, we don't even expose adult victims. That's why even when I was talking to Landamudi, a certain language, no, Charlie so, but you will never know the case, and I won't tell you the location anyway. You understand? But just briefly, just to, oh, there's this and this and this. Some of these stories are in the public domain. So when I say them, it's because they are there. I'm covered as well. Oh, you rapist now? I'm for this. So, and some of them were double fat. Do you remember that story that they reported about this rape? Yeah, that is the child who's now meant. Schizophrenia yaringira fyonsa ukubale muitama voices abale mwe batikabe ku heaven nibambe abale mwe batuku hell nibambi, and you start exposing someone's child. Those are spirits. Please, rape case stay chin. The spirit that influenced that man to sleep on the child is a spirit that will haunt that child. So that child needs spiritual cleansing first. Out of social media, away from social media for the next 20. Nobody should even know the identity of the child. Akakulafe no matamaka mwisho no kumwisho. Nombo ina musate no kumsatishina yako ni nani. I don't even know her name. It's absolutely wrong. The mother also should have never allowed that. Okay, Mary Leo says the girl needs serious prayers. They shouldn't expose her life like that. Anyway, I'm telling you, some of this, if you can't pray for someone. Let me speak a bit of English. You know, in the Western world, you can't pray for someone. But you can see this is a spiritual problem. You can't pray. You just be in your heart thinking, oh Lord, how I wish this person can be delivered, with prayers. There's a nurse who was praying for her patients. She was fired. Yeah, so you can see it's a spiritual problem. Kasimbi, come back to Zambia and be part of an MP. You are the brains we need, selfless and exposed. Yes, sir, by God's grace. Exactly my thoughts. That was wrong. That's Chandabanda, showing the victim's face to the top, to top it up for a child that matter. If even no more enough we have anything we're even scared to share. Me, I've only shared my cousin's baby before, and one or two people that have told me I can share. And because they were saying, Daddy, can I watch Lily Mutamz? Because it's something funny, but something that I know is a child is a victim, I won't even share. Okay, so Linda is saying a 4-year-old child was raped, and when Alice exposed her, Prissy said the problem in African countries is the law. It's suffocating. It's people, they can't breathe. In the law places, they want to feed their ego. That's it. People want to feed their ego. There are things we do in the background we want to. It's God that will just announce. Many of you didn't even know I had a YouTube channel till recently. I had been sharing things, talking about things on my YouTube, and Nigerians would say, do Zambians know you exist? Catherine can tell you on the comments. I was like, my people, maybe one day. See now, Zambians know that I exist. If you do boko, Ghanaians say boko, panono. Eventually people will discover you if you are gifted in something. You don't need to, ulai pati please people, out please. It was sad. It was a sad video, Dorothy says. We can't call a child that she is strong because she had to take, comment before we close, take to the same place she was being raped. Imagine. She had the same case last year. And no one on Facebook saw the girl's photos because we understand the pain that it caused. It's fine, yeah. She can say, oh, I've been to the family, Nimba Mona, this is what we discussed, but here is the mother. And you speak to the mother, oh, mom, the mom will explain, because the mother is an adult. But even the mother as well, we hide their identity because the neighbors, the neighbors will know. Guys, we're in Africa where people can bully you and laugh at all those things. People know each other on the compound. Linda Nkonde says the government must take this case as a trigger to inform the people on the process of how citizens should report such cases and the organization that handle these cases. There are so many organizations. Chola is saying there is child protection unit, social workers and child and youth workers who are trained and qualified to deal with these cases. Children have the right to privacy. Let's protect them. Confidentiality is a key. That is the first thing you sign up to. And that is how I started using my name, Lilian Mutamz, as well. Because we are not even supposed to expose. I can't use Lilian Mutambo on social media with the profession. Because if I start using Lilian Mutambo, some of the perpetrators will start following me to find where I live. We've heard of cases of a social worker being followed to their addresses. And that's why in most cases we are even encouraged to work in a different town from where you live. Because you meet the same people in the shops. Even when I meet a client in the shop, I'm not allowed to greet them to say, oh, I know you. I have to pass them. Confidentiality. Anyway, there are things that we deal with. Cases, social media, but this is what we do. The child, is supposed to be protected. Mirel says they shouldn't expose her. She needs serious prayers. Susan says, I'm really disappointed with Zambia Police GBV department. I have several assault cases which have not been attended to. It's been a year now. I know it's out of topic. Susan, that's why you need to go to those organizations that will press on. They will press on. They will write in a petition. They know the right channels to go to. And even the Minister of Gender, that woman is good. She's flexible. She's accessible. Go to her. Minister of Gender, she's amazing. Go to the Minister of Gender. That woman is accessible. Just call her. Be there. If you want her number, inbox me. I'll give you her number. In fact, her number is there on the Parliament page. Contact her. She will see you. Talk to her. Present her your case. Write a nice formal letter. Be kind. Don't be rude. Miss Trisha says, Priska Shinko, what she is saying is right, but talk about someone like that when you call them and them is wrong. Okay, it's best she speaks about here. No, the reason why I'm speaking about it here is not because of Alice. I'm speaking about Movie TV who exposed the child first. Because if Movie TV did not expose the child, Alice would have never, out of her kind heart, want to help this family. But even, like I said, if Alice wants to help the family, that Movie TV, if they knew the procedure, what would they do? They would say, the person dealing with this case is this organization. They're the ones who took us to go and report about this case. But no, they have given the number of the family, exposing the child. And after they've exposed the child, what happens? Obviously, Alice has now gone there out of her own kind heart, like I've said, to go and interview them. But that is wrong. Absolutely wrong. She could have gone through an organization. I'm saying this because I will see another person, a celebrity or someone, do the same thing because they want to help the child. And another person will do the same thing, and another person will do the same thing. So if we don't correct it now, it will keep on happening. If it's adult, there's no problem with that, but not children. Children need to be protected. And like I've said, I'll even send a message to say, please delete the video. Please, for the protection of the child. And even Movie TV, they need to delete those videos. Okay, the police also need to be sensitized on how to handle the case. Linda, police are hungry. They can fail for anything. I mean, if police are beaten up by cadres, they'll sensitize someone's case. That's why I say there's organizations that deal with these matters. I've been to Zambia. I've been to Zambia. Every year I come to Zambia. I have met, when I was in Solwezi, I even have a friend, a social worker, a guy in Solwezi, child protection with a big van, government, GRZ. They were going in the deep diolis of Solwezi, looking for a grandmother who looks after kids. They were looking for her to give her support. Please, guys, the government of Zambia, it's not everything they fail. Even if they fail, we know the system is not. There are some things that I can even say, no. I have seen a social worker with a van. And the guy who even talked about exchanging, he said, you come and work in Zambia as a social worker. Me, I want to work in the UK. I said, me, I want to work in Zambia. He's my friend, Adam. He's a social worker in Zambia. Okay, so Genesis says, what Alice did is very wrong. That child is more likely to have a low self-esteem in the nearer future, leading to depression if unattended, to consequently suicidal ideation. We have organizations like YMCA. That's what I've always known. YMCA has been there since YMCA, YWCA. I like YMCA. YWCA, obviously, and YMCA for men's. Just opposite UTH, and Alice has a car. She would have driven there with the family. Then after, just show us, na choke. They can help a lot. Both Alice, the rapist, the police officer, and the child need help. Another celebrity or another person who will do it because I know Alice meant well. I'm even going to send a message. She meant well. But the channels, correct channels, need to be followed. We don't want these mistakes to be repeated. That's the thing. Okay, so the mistake has been made, but can justice prevail for that small girl? If you follow the right channels, I just told you that a friend of mine, somebody I met on Facebook, called me crying about an issue. I referred her to the lawyer. The lawyer guided her. People are educated in Zambia. There's people who can deal with this case. You understand? Now imagine you go to an organization and say, oh, you're bringing the case of Udoma, that child that we saw on Facebook. It's not right. Excuse me, guys, it's not right. Do it discreetly. No, we dealt with this child, we did this, we did this, we did this. Soko says, Lily, you are right. She was supposed to follow up the case in a silent way, even though she had good intentions to inform the public. Professionalism channel was not followed. Exactly. Like I'm saying, even though her intentions were very good to help, I've seen Alice help these people, help that one, but they're adults, so it's fine. You can expose them because they give her the permission to. But when it comes to a child who is a very victim, we need to handle this with professionalism and do it discreetly. Even though she's even interviewing the child can be there, but, the mother is the one you're speaking to. If some of you followed the issue of Matako Mansion before, that I was against. Some of you people were supporting Matako Mansion. Some of you don't know what Matako Mansion is. It was something that was on Instagram and I shut it down because I saw a 15-year-old child on it that was being interviewed by this guy. And I'm thinking, how many more 15-year-olds are watching this? And the guy was interviewing. This was around 11 p.m. Why would a 15-year-old girl be interviewed by somebody who's saying, you strip, it's time to strip, and that guy lives in the UK and the police got involved. Please, we don't joke with those things with his Nigeria people, not with Zambian people. I will report him to the police. I had to report, and his social media account has been he's never done Matako Mansion on his platform. I think they've started another platform which is private, which I don't know of, but the Matako Mansion they used to do on his platform, Lilian Mutamz, reported it to the police of Britain because the guy lives in the UK. Dr. Chimbakambuli's daughter as well, who was saying it's fine, you should do it, is also in the UK and she knows the law and she's studying law. She should know very well that certain things you don't do. So we closed Matako Mansion. It's no longer there because it's children that were coming on it. Whether people said you don't have evidence, but we had a 15-year-old who said, I'm 15. That was evidence. And when I shared a video on my YouTube channel talking about Matako Mansion, and I was just condemning the whole Matako Mansion, for the first time in my entire YouTube career, I had 13 to 15-year-olds on my analytics watched that video. And I was shocked. I've never had 13-year-olds watching my video. Then I knew that the Matako Mansion attracted the young ones. And I'm not going to sit there and watch it because tomorrow they'll say I was an accomplice. So I called the police. I told them, this is what I've seen. Some guy, a Nigerian guy, a musician, a rapper upcoming, is making girls dance on Matako Mansion. It's fine, they're adults, but I saw a 15-year-old. And the police investigated, called him, found that he lives in this area, that area. Before you know it, he will never in his entire life do Matako Mansion on his social media platform is being monitored like this. Okay, journalist Junior Chanda says, you are a blessing, madam, to have such kind of a woman. You come, you change Zambia. Amen. Gift says, you are very right. What Alice did was very wrong. You don't need to expose the child. Luca says, why didn't you call her first and talk to her professionally like you're adding salt to the wound? I am talking about the people who exposed the child first. It was not Alice. The people who exposed the child first was Movie TV. And for Movie TV to complain or to talk about this case, it means they are helpless. So somebody like Alice, who is an activist that helps out, will rush quickly to say, maybe this person does not have help. They tried all channels. You understand me? Because of the journalist. That's why I said the person who should be fired is a journalist. Hear me correctly from the beginning. And I said, in as much as Alice had good intentions, the people who made the mistake is to even tell her the name of the child is this one and expose her to the child to say, this is the person. You can go to this place. It is wrong. Because in the first place, the moment, this is how journalism works, or even me, when people send me stories, it's not everything that I rush for. Some of the stories I take my time. I relax first. Okay, somebody has sent me something. I look at everything, I analyze. By the time I'm finishing, like I'll give you an example of Ghanaian President Kufuor-Addo. There's an audio that has leaked where he was exposing the coronavirus conspiracy, Bill Gates, and they call it the Rockefeller report. And the first person who told me about this was Mr. Kwachangwe, and he told me, Lilian, can you report about this? I said, okay, let me first see it. So another YouTuber Faith Martins from Nigeria sent me a link. So Lily, this is where it is. You can listen to it. So I listened to it. I didn't believe it was a Ghanaian president. So I just let it. So I shared her own on my community tab because Faith Martin is also a YouTuber. So I shared hers on my community tab. And yesterday, there's a statement from the Ghanaian president saying it was not his voice. So imagine if I rushed, look at what the president is saying. I've already reported the wrong things to my audience. And then I should go back and say it was a lie. So I've now reported to say, if you've come across the leaked video, it was fake. And then the statement from the president, and then the audio of what was said. So this is what we are trying to say. The journalists are the ones who reported this matter. And it looked like the family had no help at all. So anybody, even me, I can take up the case and say, why isn't there any help? You feel sorry. Now, the people that have exposed the child are the people who told Alice their address, where the child is found, where they live. The journalists, they don't have confidentiality. And whoever told Alice. So in as much as, okay, Alice was given this information, she knows very well that, there's lots of organizations in Zambia. She could have contacted those organizations and said, okay, there's this case. Let me talk to the mother first. You talk to the mother. Mother, can we go to these organizations? That this is, let's go there. Let's go and speak to them. Go there and come back and report to us to say, guys, this is the mother of the child. This is what the mother is trying to say. So the mother explains, Charlie, so we need help. Without bringing the child to social media. That's what I say. If you people are comfortable to expose your children, not everybody is comfortable to expose their children. Remember, these people are not from a rich family. So they are naive about certain things. So you have to sensitize everything. Before you report, before you do anything, you have to make a judgment. Okay? Because this is a victim. You are dealing with the system. You are dealing with the police. You are saying the police took the money. They left the person. You are already, that's also another allegation. It could be wrong. Maybe that guy is lying as well. We don't know. That he paid the police 5,000 kwacha. What if the police say, we don't know this case? What are you going to say? You have already reported lies. Where is the evidence that this person was released on bail? Do you have the paper? So all these things, you will put yourself in a ditch without evidence. And this is what is making some of the youths even to be in a certain mess, because they report things where they don't have evidence and facts. And then the system can turn against you. Because they can protect their system. No, every case that is reported, we have it in the book. What are you going to say? What are you going to say? So we have, by allowing the organizations that deal with this, that know the police system, because that's what they deal in. They know. You understand? If I need somebody to model for a product, I will not just do it. I'll consult Alice. Alice, what would you advise me on this? That's why this world, no one is an island. We have different people who are very well established in certain areas. So we need to consult them. This is what I am saying. If I don't bring it here to social media to discuss with you people, you'll be the same person say, I'm in Chawama right now. This boy was beaten up by the father. You expose. Just like the father who beat up the child as well. I came on social, I said that was wrong. I did a video. I said, the person I blame is the mother for exposing the video. I didn't blame the father. Blame him for what? It's the mother. Because you exposed your child to the world. Victor says, mistakes in Zambia, they are too much. I don't know who kissed us. Susan says, I have inboxed you. Okay. Okay. Kasalu Kutalika says, it was wrong for her to show the child's face. Yes. But why didn't she make a direct talk with her if the one go to help the victim? My dear, this thing I'm talking about, tomorrow there will be another person to do the same. It will not even be her, it will be somebody else. Because the way it is now, I don't know if you've heard of a pastor who saw a man who was being burnt alive. Instead of helping, this guy took a video, took out his phone and started filming. He could have easily taken sand or dust and start pouring there. But he took a phone. And because of that, the police in Zambia are looking for that guy. You understand? Because he now did that for the views and the likes. If we don't correct these things now, I've come on Facebook because I know this is where the population is. Believe you me, tomorrow there'll be another video of somebody else. Maybe a 15-year-old who's pregnant. Somebody will start filming. Hey, you will bring it on social media. So if we don't correct it now, because my videos, even Doris Leah watches, they watch. So Doris Leah will get this video and she'll talk about these things and see how we can correct these things. So it's not, I'm just talking because I want to talk. There's a target audience as well who watch these things that will analyze this video. Believe you me. By the time we finish this video, it will be 50,000 views. Because I know what I'm talking about. So when I come on this platform, it's not to embarrass anybody or ridicule anyone. It's to just say the journalists, they made the first mistake. And they are the ones obviously who exposed the identity of the child to Alice. And in as much as Alice is being a good Samaritan, she should have followed the right channels. And I will not deal with this one private because this is in the public domain. So you don't tell me to deal with something that is private when it's on Facebook. It's already in the public domain, so we need to deal with this matter publicly. Okay, so Landa says awesome articulation. Chola says these organizations are there. For example, just 3 months ago, the child and the youth care workers on the Copper Belt had operations where they got street kids from the streets to protect them from COVID-19. Okay? Chola, Winnie, somebody, Linda replied. Okay, these organizations need to be communicated to the people. Even when you go to the clinics, the nurses will tell you. Anyway, Zambia is not a village, it's not a bush. If you go even to the clinics, you ask. Even the police themselves, if you ask them, they will tell you. I'm telling you. All you need to do is ask. Where can I find? These days, even Google works in Zambia. You are trying to go somewhere, it will give you direction. Here, there, here. Google works. Google Maps. So you can put NGOs that help with child abuse. You will find them. If you think it's too hard for you, go to the Ministry of Gender. They have a list. Ministry of Gender is there. That is their job. This is a case of a child being raped. Who deals with this? Women. Just Google women. There are so many. Please, women. From the time I used to grow up, I remember there's YMCA in Kawata, YMCA, YWCA. From the time I was a kid, I only got to understand what it was when I was a bit older. So, oh, that's what YMCA is all about. We used to see it every time, like that. Let's not put Zambia like it's a body wami. That's why we even have internet. We're communicating here. Body wami charoches. Our country has been, well looked after these days. Okay. Anita says, Lily, you are very right. All of them who expose the child are wrong. Okay, so you want me to deal with it privately, but the video is still on social media, all over. Okay, confidentiality matters most, and we all need privacy. Chola says, yes, I agree with you. Victor says, these days, I think mistakes are part of the new normal. Hi, Mercy, good to see you. Okay, Tuso says, Valesa Vale Pala, a child sister. The rape cases for a child is a sensitive matter. You see? It's sensitive. Let's not joke with this thing. Social media, we should talk private. Which private one and Facebook all over? It's a sensitive matter. Thanks, you said it. Oh, greetings. Mwaka Mfukwe, my best friend. Thank you so much. This is sensitive. Luigi says, you are doing a great job, madam. Thank you. Catherine says, the family to the child are naive and poverty is really an issue. Despite all that, but Movie TV and Ali should at least apologize to the family, to tell them they never to accept anyone to take pictures or film the child again. Victor says, are you going to say you are asking us, my sister? Okay, the problem is we help with wrong. This is what I'm saying. I just gave you an example, guys, of somebody who is a qualified lawyer. Somebody came to cry to me about a will. In as much as I know what a will is, what am I going to tell the person about the will, the law of Zambia? I referred the person to a qualified lawyer in Zambia who passed Ziale. I said, look, you've passed Ziale now. You are now my lawyer. Can you deal with this matter? And she dealt with it. So now we are dealing with the case without coming to Facebook. Did I come and do a video? We have this case. How can we do with this? I just called. I said, my sister, deal with this one. So after the case is closed and the girl gets her money, I'll now come and say, guys, this is what we did. The fiancé today took social media. Okay, so Princess says, my heart was sore watching the little girl face being exposed like that. Like I said, I didn't know about this story till last night when we were doing the live stream and Mercy mentioned the child, say, oh, Alice was talking about the rape case. So I thought Alice was explaining. That's what I thought. So when I went, I saw the child, I said, okay. So I didn't even watch the video. I said, I passed because my Google can show that I was watching that. I don't want to be in problems with the UK government. I just looked at it and passed as if I did. But I saw the child smiling, doing like that, something like that. Okay, so Edwin says, do not be anxious for nothing. It's what the Bible says. Anxiety killed a rat. Okay, Anita says, can't understand the world we live in nowadays. Because the thing of filming when someone is in trouble or beaten is bad instead of intervening. But they should rather not, film, not to help these smartphones. That's what's going on. You see, like in the UK, for example, when there's a crime scene, what are you going to do there? Who's going to allow you? we had Pastor Emmanuel Nyorongo dying a few years ago. His images of him in the mortuary were all over social media. We had a Ghanaian celebrity, the one who died that the prophet said she was going to die, Ebony. Her dead remains were all over social media. You know, people rather want to be the first ones to share the news. And it's wrong. You know, too much naivety when it comes to this. Rose Rudo. I just never shared this. A few months ago, I saw police in our area. And I'm talking about two doors from me, 1, 2. And the next thing I saw was a black van. I mean, you know, I work with elderly people, so I know how an undertaker's van looks like. And our neighbor was found dead. You understand? Did I come and do a live stream and or start filming to say he's dead? We were all standing there. Undertakers are there. Police are there. They are doing all. We were there. Did you see me do a live stream? But if it was Zambia or Nigeria or wherever, people would be doing this. Filming. To show people that, oh, this person has died. Oh, somebody has died here. And they'll be filming. I was there. 2 doors. The guy died. And we suspect it's coronavirus. 2 doors from my house. Did I film for you? The day when I was filming that I was at work and the police came to clap for us, did you see me show the home? For the protection of the identity of the people there. These are important things, guys. These are skills that it's just in us now. 16 years, you can live in a country 16 years and you don't know that you don't show people on video. I'll come and film. The moment I even open my smartphone like this, police arrest me immediately. That's why police were there. Immediately, take my phone from me. Everything take from me. That is confidential. Until it's in the news, then you can share about it. Oh, this is what happened in our neighborhood. Because it was in the news, now I can talk about it. But I was there. If it was Zambia, Nigeria, all the parts of Africa, people would have been like this. Hey, someone has died here. Ah, look. And people, next thing the place would be packed with phones. The whole neighborhood, no one had a phone. We were there, even talking to the police. I just said, may his soul rest in peace, and I passed. The undertaker van was there, maroon with black wheel. If it was Zambia or other parts of the world, Africa, you would be filming. Okay, so this system should end. That is why I have come to social media, because it seems everybody is rushing to social media to report. There's so many. I met a girl who's 10 or 12 married in Solwezi. Did I do a video? Did I do a video? My own was, I contacted the social worker. I said, social worker, how can we work together? I said, when you're in Zambia, we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do this. Did I come and show it? Say, I have met a 12-year-old child. She's married. Whether she's 12, she's 18 or whatever, as long as, no, you know, and she's married, it's not my job to expose her. I can just say, I saw your own, you know, I've reported the correct thing. Credibility is important. People know when you report her to Iwabufi. So people know Alice helps people. So if she came and said she was with a family, people will believe her. So she didn't have to expose the child. And I'm saying this because some of you people, you are inspired. You are my inspiration. You are inspired by celebrities. So you will do it next, yeah? So I am discrediting that so that you shouldn't do it. Because I know Zambia always has stories. Another story will rise. And we'll see people filming. Because Alice did it, so I can also do it. That's why as a celebrity, there's things that you can do and not do. You know, just go to Mampi's page. There are things that you look and you say, she's quiet. You understand? I'm sure her inbox is full with messages. I'm sure people, me too, I receive messages over 2,000. People want me to reply. I'll reply. I'm still replying. People have issues that they need to be dealt with in Zambia. So, fast, will make mistakes. So the right channel is, why Kalapanch Walolesha? Let me first ask their organization, their sponsor when we're doing this modeling, what they can do. Let me contact Victim Support Unit. If you want to say Mucharo, Musaka says confidentiality isn't valued in Zambia. Laston Muvani says, when you think everything is news material and doing blindly, you end up throwing out your qualifications and experience, taking up emotions to lead you. My journalists should start behaving like they should. Knowledge and wisdom are two things that should be applied at the same time to support one's professionalism. I thank you, Madam Speaker. If we don't address this matter, Movie TV will go to another child to film, and another child to film, and another child to film. So before they go too far, let's address this matter. So Madam Dora Salia, you need to talk to these people, caution them, okay? Chola says the problem we have is that social media has excited some people to the point where they forget to apply their guidelines of or code of ethics. Anyway, for you to be on the register, social work register, and you are there putting people's children, you will remember your 3 years that you went to school, that you wasted it. Me, I protect my title, Chanda Malata. But for real, it's wrong to expose a child or a juvenile, offender or victim. Even the man, even as much as he's a perpetrator, you first wait for the case to end, and then you can talk about him. But even sex offenders as well, they also have human rights. You know, they also have human rights to be protected. We are talking about human rights. Do we have human rights organizations in Zambia? But we are the ones who are breaching the human rights of the victims. Tomorrow we'll blame government. This government is not working at all. It's not everything we blame government. Yes, corruption is there. But when it comes to human rights, we should also use our common sense to say, I think please do not expose them. Claire Lucia is saying all those who exposed the child were wrong. The child isn't in the right mind to say what she really feels. Me, I'll bumble you. You come and expose my child, I'll slap you. Honestly, in movie TV, you come and interview me, I'll slap you. I'm a mother, guys. For a child to be raped, and I'm there saying, but me. Thank God in UK they protect children. In Zambia, from the journalist to everybody, get out of my house. I'll deal with the matter on my own. What do you want to report? But it's not reporting. Okay. Wow, this is long. Okay, so Claire says this child isn't in the right state of mind to say what she really feels is right. For her, that's why adults are there to protect and guide and decide what is right for them. Okay, let's use logic, people. Yeah? They didn't protect the poor young girl. That's just the truth. They've made her prone to stigmatization in as much as they wanted to help. That wasn't the right thing to do. Instead, oh, this is a very powerful point. She wrote a very nice, powerful point, long and very powerful. Oh, okay. Oh, I've missed it. It's disappeared. Okay, let me check. I'll be checking. Okay, I'm reading comments. I'm reading it's somewhere here. It's very powerful, and I thought Bina says you talk sense. Okay, it's here now. Okay, good. Okay, so in as much as they wanted to help, that wasn't the right thing to do. Instead of dealing with the mental and physical torture she went through, she will have to deal with social criticism from friends too. With our society, which fails to contemplate issues like these, she would have told her story when she felt like in some late stages of her life, later in life when she's older. Not even the mother point, and this is exactly what I'm saying. Not even the mother has a right to put her on social media. She will regret doing this to her child. Moreover, this is from somebody else. Another person has said this. These things have consequences. It was my child's birthday on 15th July. She turned 12. Did I post her? We don't have to, Okay, so Kathy Kalumba says, yes, you are right. I'm a journalist. You hear that? And we don't expose children like that. A 4-year-old is a minor. Her rights have to be protected. I was shocked with both movie TV and Alice's behavior. Did you hear that? This is a trained journalist. So this is a trained journalist. It is wrong. They are not supposed to expose each other. Imagine if another international news media sees that. What are they going to say? So in Zambia, this is what is happening. The government is confused. And then we have organizations that deal with these things. Don't make our country look like we are lost completely. We are lost on corruption, but not other things. Okay, Cholo said, I met a girl who got married at 13 as a wife, number 3. Up to now, still trying to work with relevant authorities to handle. Where is she based, Cholo? Sophie says, seriously, Mwandi, is too much, especially here in Zambia. People have made it a part of their everyday living, which is not supposed to be like that. Ubututu ebulenga. Jolly says, you are a good teacher. There's a girl as well with learning disabilities, but this one, okay, so it's funny, but in the UK, you wouldn't even post her on social media because she is considered vulnerable. She's a vulnerable adult who doesn't know what she's talking about. She's in love with Daliso. I know people find it funny, but she is cocky like that. I mean, it's okay, at least mukalambako. But in the UK, there are some things that people will judge and say, does she have the mental capacity to make decisions to be filmed? And even if she's being filmed, it should be private. So some of these things, to tamba coffee, where people are overdoing things to get the likes, some are live, some are likes, and for people to like them. And that's why I like to discuss real issues as they are. Did I bring the child's picture? But you know what I'm talking about. We can talk about it and say, how can we deal with this issue? But I know Zambia has organizations. My country is not a bush. We are well developed. Okay. Baggers, what's the YouTube channel for? Badgers. Okay, Motale Jean Dala says the social workers have an association in Zambia, but they are very quiet on most issues. Yeah, because of confidentiality, that's what I'm saying. And the case, the thing is the way social work works, right? A social worker can't just jump to something. You need to whistleblow to the social worker. You need to report. If you don't report, how can a social worker come to you? To do what? You need to report. When you report, the case is there. They need to act on it. But if you don't report, they won't come. But people, maybe in Zambia, expect that social workers are supposed to just turn up to say, no. In fact, the social workers should be going to movie TV to complain, to write a letter of complaint for exposing the child's identity and what is happening on Alice's social media and everything. Obviously, by now, she would put the videos on mute. Okay? So you need help. You are a victim. You take yourself. And like I said, the victim may be shy or may be scared. In this case, the child is a minor, right? The mother may be shy or may not know. So people like Alice, who are well influential, should do that job for the woman. Go to the organizations, because these organizations know Alice will put on social media. They will act fast because they know she's a celebrity. You understand? So they will act fast and she'll say, okay, I want to know what is happening in this case, this case. They know that she's filming. So they will deal with the matter. Then after they deal with the matter, then she can come and say, I took the mother. The case is with this organization. Anyone who wants to donate anything for the family, for them to move location. Because now that the child is a victim in that compound, she shouldn't be staying in that location. She should be moved. So anybody who would like to donate for them to move location, this is my mobile account number. You know Alice is a credible person. She will keep the money and make sure the family moves. Then she moves them to another area, undisclosed area. That's why it's good to work with professionals who will guide you on what they need. But the social workers can't jump on a case they don't have on the table. It doesn't work like that. There's nowhere, because I've seen that no, it has to be reported. And then there's a case worker, the person who receives the cases, right? When you inform them, they now submit it to the case, whatever, load. And then when the case load is there, the social worker, whoever is the manager, now divides the jobs. Who can take up this case? And then when the person is given the case to take up, that person can now be given the go-ahead to go and see the child. So the first instance is communication, where the child meets, this person meets the mother first and, asks questions, what happened, this and that. And then from there, comes back to, and maybe just see the child and, oh, let me tell you about social work. You don't interview a child in that manner. You take time. You understand? It's not a rush. Oh, I've come, I'm a social worker. Tell me what happened to the child. No. So what happens is the mother will be the one interviewed first without the child. The child will be playing somewhere. Then afterwards, the social worker will say, okay, can I see the child just to say hello? Hi, Melinda. I'm Lillian Mutamz. I'm a social worker. I'm just here to see your mom. Take care. It's good I've seen you. Then on my report, I'll say, I went to see the mother. I saw the child is in good condition, and if I'm concerned about the environment, I'll say, can I check the child's bedroom? I check the child's bedroom, see if the child's bedroom is okay, and report to say, okay, the child's bedroom was neat, the family looks this and that, but they looked poor, maybe they're lacking whatever. I report. Then the case starts. We start dealing with that. Without social media, do you hear cases of, do you know the cases in Britain, you people? That is where confidentiality comes in and privacy. You need to protect the identity of the victims, because these are serious cases. People will be bullied. And in most cases, a child of rape should be moved. The person who raped the child should be somewhere. In another, they shouldn't even cross paths at all. So here we should be aiming at getting this person a place to stay. I use Alice as an example because I know she's a celebrity and people say she's an inspiration, she's doing what she does, amazing work. But some of you will do the things the wrong way and it will be worse. Okay, so Trisha says it's true, friend. We'll use it against her. We live in a sad world. Okay? Taulele lilu lishani, it's in the okay. Okay, Kathy says the problem is that citizen journalism has taken over professional journalism. Everyone thinks they can report on issues because they have a smartphone. There are ethical and privacy issues to consider. This is a journalist. So, mwilase channel as if my country people are bushy. This is a trained journalist saying this, okay? There are ethical and privacy issues to consider, guys. So don't make my speech sound like Nderanda. This is a trained journalist that has concurred with my... There's a friend of mine who hates the word concur, that has concurred with what I'm saying. Maria Johnston says, the video is still there. I wish someone can ask her to pull it down. After this, I'll tell her to pull it down. Okay, Penda, how are you, darling? Miss you. And he says, yes, very true. Raymond works at the airport. And there are certain things he cannot do. Anyway, when it comes to confidentiality, you guys, it's not a joke. There are certain things he cannot do as well because he works at the airport. You know. Julian says, true. Confidentiality also to prevent, and I didn't mention the airport he works at, so look for it if you want. Also to protect the victim and to prevent, I mean in Britain, not in Zambia. He works in the UK at the airport in the UK. And there's certain things he cannot do because he works at the airport. Because of security. You understand? So if your answer for our life is around confidentiality, that's how it is. Also to protect the victim and to prevent compromisation with investigations in the case of court victimization and discrimination. Exactly. Okay. Hi, Vanessa. People, please give me a signal behind what happened. What is she talking about? Oh, okay. I'm now ending the live stream now. I've been here for about an hour. So basically, there's a young girl that was raped. I got hold of the information yesterday on a live stream. And to be honest, I wish Messi never mentioned that on the live stream because I don't like such type of topics, especially when it comes to children on my live stream. But the goodness is towards the end, so it's okay. It will take time for people to get hold of that information, but I wasn't really comfortable when she brought up the subject. She said, oh, she was on Alice's page and Alice was talking about this child, and I thought she was just talking, but I didn't know that the child was in the video. So the problem I'm having is we are saying we have human rights. We are saying we have the freedom of speech, but we can be doing things the wrong way in as much as we want to help the right way. Now, like I've said from the beginning, I blame the journalist that exposed the child, and then movie TV as well. They need to issue a statement. Yeah, because this video will go viral. Trust me. They need to issue a statement. And then after that, they shouldn't have told Alice who the victim is, the address. They've made a mistake. And then even though Alice got hold of the information, she shouldn't have exposed the child's identity on social media for protection, for herself as well. Because this is a victim. Yeah. So thank you so much. It's a girl, Mutamz, also known as Gelopa Zed, Umonakashwapa Zambia. I thought I should bring this to you guys so that we discuss these things. We want the government to help us. We need change in Zambia, but it's not everything that the government is at fault. Quite a number of departments, there's NGOs, non-governmental organizations that help when it comes to rape. We have people have mentioned that there's YMCA, the YWCA. There's so many organizations in Zambia. So let's not make Zambia look like it's a bush. Anybody can just wake up and say there's a rape victim here. There's so many cases that come on our table. We don't bring them to social media because of the nature of the cases. It doesn't mean if I don't talk on Facebook, then there's nothing. I deal with issues. Inbox. There's cases people have sent me on WhatsApp. You know, people get my number through email. I send them my number and they start sending me land disputes, you name it, involving ministers, whatever. We need to look at the right channels before I come here on Facebook and say, hey, this minister did this. Because I can be talking and there's no facts. There's no report. I said, one of the people, I said, okay, can you give me evidence of these things? I'm still waiting. Now imagine if I came to Facebook and I'll be my next thing, wankaka, and then I'll be there saying, oh, these people, freedom of expression now. When you do things the right way, nobody will say freedom of expression. Okay? Anyway, take care, guys. I need to attend to so many things. Tabitha said, thanks, Lily. Well said. Very touching topic. That's the end of Alice's modern career. Auntie Rose. You know, like, we need to be sensitive before we share. And if you have an especially, we should be sensitive. It's different in Gomo and for sponsorship school. It's different. It's different. You understand? Because we were like, oh, this child needs sponsorship. We all sponsor. But rape is different. You know, music is different. Rape is on another level, you know. The memory of rape, remember your first boyfriend, have you forgotten him? Now imagine rape. Rape. The child's memory is, you know, yeah, distorted. So we pray for the family, we pray for peace, and I will do the needful now to make sure that the videos are pulled down. And if Madam Dorosolia can act on this, we have, you know, those organizations, Faweza, and, you know, all sorts of organizations as well that can try and intercept in the whole matter, because it's not an issue for Facebook. This is a private matter. You can report that it happened. Like Chief Yatayali posted somebody the other day. I said, oh, this person, how can you do such a thing? It's okay. That one is okay because he's an adult and he's being foolish. That adult that is raping people. And he's even proud of his rape cases, you know. That one is different because then we want to expose this criminal, but not the child. Okay, so Word Chola says, indeed, you're an inspiration to me. I really liked the way you're coming out. Privacy should be followed with no reasonable doubt. I love you.